Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square, and apparently it's already July, which means that half of 2017 has somehow already gone. But what an absolutely amazing 6 months it's been on the PlayStation 4. There's been absolutely no shortage of amazing games, and associate editor Robert Ramsey and I worked really hard this week to whittle down a list of our 10 favourite titles. So I'm going to run down that list in this video, but before I get into it, I just want to say, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the channel because we have tons of PlayStation content going live practically every day. So thank you so much for joining us, and let's get into the top 10 PS4 releases of 2017 so far. Okay, so in at number 10 is Tekken 7, which suffered a delay into the summer and disappointed many as a result, but I don't think any fighting game fan would argue that it hasn't been worth the wait. Tekken 7 marks a glorious return for Namco's beloved beat-em-up series, a franchise that's been synonymous with PlayStation for over 2 decades. An incredibly tight and explosive combat system lays the foundation for one of PS4's very best brawlers. At number 9 we have Neo, a game which absolutely wears its influences on its sleeve but still stands as a fantastic action title. Combat is satisfyingly swift and deadly, and the game's Edo period setting gives it a classic Japanese flavour that infuses the adventure with an intriguing historical angle. It's both bloody and brutal, and it's not an RPG for the faint of heart, but master its blades and you'll find a hugely rewarding release. In at number 8 we have MACHINA. It's a collaboration between Housemarque and arcade icon Eugene Jarvis, and it shows the Finnish firm at its twin-stick blasting best. This is a rip-roaring romp through a voxel-laden sci-fi universe, and while the game's simple on the surface, it's actually bursting with depth behind the scenes. Smart leaderboards which allow you to learn from the best players, and insane production values put this right on par with the likes of, Super Stardust HD and Resogun. At number 7 we have Injustice 2, which is the very definition of a successful sequel. Injustice 2 builds upon the first game brilliantly. It offers a lengthy story mode and a huge selection of single player time sinks, and that all sits alongside a solid online multiplayer offering, which results in a seriously robust fighter. It may not be the most punchy beat 'em up on the market, but its accessibility and the sheer polish of the product make it a very easy recommendation for fans of fighters and superheroes alike. Sprinting in at number 6 we have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, a return to form for the iconic franchise, which introduces a new set of characters called the Bakers, an unassuming Louisiana family transformed into homicidal maniacs. The environments, spanning marshy outhouses and abandoned hallways, are as much a part of the package's character as any hero, and the restricted resources make for a pleasingly survival-driven experience. Plus, it's impressive and playable from start to finish with PlayStation VR. Slow walking in at number 5 is What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, walking simulators may be dime a dozen these days, but few are as inventive as What Remains of Edith Finch, the sophomore effort from the unfinished Swan maker Giant Sparrow. With untimely deaths defining the Finch family tree, a series of fantasy vignettes await you in this game, depicting each fatality in tragic and honestly often comical detail. This first-person adventure paints with a palette of emotions, and creativity abounds every minute of its 2 to 3 hour running time. Now, punching its way in at number 4 is Yakuza 0, a prequel with one of the strongest storylines that the series has seen to date. Yakuza 0 follows a youthful Kazuma Kiryu as he attempts to break free of his gangster shackles. Now, the game boasts a red light district that's full of intense brawls, horribly addictive minigames, and some really bizarre side stories, and it's a welcome return for both fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. Now, taking its blindfold off in number 3, we have NIER AUTOMATA, or NIER AUTOMATA. I'm still not exactly sure how you pronounce that, but this is a game that needs to be played through 3 times to be truly appreciated, and while that may not sound like the best use of your time, the payoff is so worth it. As an open world RPG, it's probably average at best, and even the character action aspect isn't up to top tier Platinum Games standards, but as oddball director Yoko Taro begins to experiment, this tale of oppressed androids really starts to shine, and it crescendos with a euphoric conclusion that's as clever as it is compelling. There should be no surprises. At number 2, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. So this game transformed skepticism into success. Guerrilla Games absolutely knocked it out of the park with Horizon Zero Dawn, and it birthed a major new brand in the process. Publishers will probably look back on Aloy's inaugural adventure as a case study in how to launch new intellectual property. Sony got everything spot on, from the marketing to the trickle feed of gameplay footage, but ultimately at the heart of it all is a really wonderful game which marries robust action with quality storytelling. And finally, the best PS4 game of 2017 so far has to be Persona 5. This is the pinnacle of modern Japanese role-playing games, and it refines the series' formula to near perfection, presenting one of the most cohesive, addictive and downright masterful titles on Sony's system. An incredible cast of characters prop up a twisting tale of rebellion and youthful ideals which runs straight through a wonderfully worked gameplay loop. It has a mind-blowing sense of style as well, and a stunning soundtrack, and there can be no question that Persona 5 is the best PS4 game of 2017 so far. But what do you think? Are these your favourite 10 PS4 games of 2017 so far too? Share your list in the comments section below. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.